Okay, now that I'm recording again, I am going to pick up where I left off. So now, purifying sanity soap. Formulate a recipe for what I have named sanity soap. Patent pending. Soap cleans the flesh, but the effects on it has the... What? I just got hung up on words. When used, it has a small chance of reducing non-permanent warp and will remove all temporary warp. So, in alchemy, you have a lot of things that can get rid of warp. Arcane Spa. Handy machine that when filled with water and bath salts will automatically mix them and pump the liquid into an area above it. Liquid will fill a 5x5 area above the location where the machine is placed. So now, this is an easy way to do the purifying bath salts to help you. Here you have the Ever Full Urn, which is a very, very useful item. Instead of having to create an infinite water source, 1 flower pot, 30 aqua, 10 fabrico, and 10 terra gives you the Ever Full Urn. This is very good for potion making, saying that you can literally just right-click on something an infinite amount of times, and it will always give you water until it's destroyed. And when I say destroyed, I don't mean like it has a limited amount of uses. No, it has a limited amount of uses. By destroyed, I mean a creeper explodes it, because creepers are very common. So this Everfull Urn is an infinite water source that only takes up 1 block and a half slab. Very useful. Liquid death. Oh dear, what I've done. This liquid is so dangerously toxic that virtually nothing can prevent it from dissolving everything. Basically, this is lava mixed with acid, pretty much. That is how dangerous this stuff is. So, if you want to make something that dissolves through things, be my guest. I honestly am probably never going to use this item. You have bottled paint, which I also am probably not going to use. So you have something called taint, which I will get into soon. Basically, you can bottle it up with bottled paint, which is 10 files, which is a file of Vedium, using 30 more Vedium and 30 aqua, basically makes a bottle of it, which you can splash down to the ground and create taint. Honestly, it's not recommended. And then done. I have now covered all of the alchemy tab. Fundamentals! You can see, told you there were a bunch of secret things. Look at all this that has been unlocked. So now look, now you have flux. I've been monitoring a strange buildup of magical energy in the aura. It seems to be a form of dirty V that I have named flux. It shows an ominous dark bar on my thermometer. Now I know what those purple puffs are I occasionally see when I am being careless. It is essentia spilling into the atmosphere, becoming flux. Pure essentia, it seems, should not be directly exposed to the aura. I'm not exactly sure what negative effects this will cause, but I have noticed that flux seems to clog the local aura, preventing V from replenishing naturally. Do not let the flux build. It's bad. Very, very bad. If flux builds high enough, it seems to cause a tear in the very fabric of magic itself. The flux escapes through this tear, but usually raw chaotic magic spills through into our world, causing all manner of calamity. These fluffs... I'm sorry, 1 second. These flux rifts are basically have you seen an end portal where no matter where when you move, it changes the look of it? Basically, imagine that as an actual tear in the very fabric of your game. if you let this build up, it will just keep building up and keep building up. You can throw an item through it, which makes it self-implode. But if you let it build up, create a rift, and then just stop flux in that chunk permanently, then the flux rift closes, making taint, which I will get into. So now we have research on flux rifts. As I suspected, these tears are holes in reality itself. Basically saying, these things can tear blocks apart. These things are not to be messed with. Avoid at all costs. Unless you have closing flux rifts, the casualty collapser. Man, a lot of these things get me so choked up on my words. I start saying random things. Man. Instability, very high. This uses arcane infusion. It uses a morphic resonator, a block of redstone, actually 2 blocks of redstone, morphic resonator, V resonator, 2 things of nitor, and 2 things of elementum, with TNT in the middle, draining 50 alienus and 50 vedium to create this casualty collapser. The instability for this is very high. When you're doing arcane infusion, basically, this is not like any normal crafting you've seen. Basically, you put items on pedestals, and this allows you to create items. So, while this is working, it will automatically drain the alienus and vedium from a warded jar filled with 50 alienus and 50 vedium. It will automatically drain it if it's nearby. So instability means items will literally pop off their pedestals. Arcane infusion is the process of basically someone putting items on pedestals and using aspects to make things. It's insane. But instability knocks things off the pedestals. And so, the way you solve the instabilities, I will get to soon. Then you have the flux cleanup. Manage to find a way to turn pure flux in the aura into flux essentia. It's hardly, I don't know what that word is, but it's much easier to handle than raw flux. Unfortunately, the process is not simple, cheap, or fast. Basically, you can get a flux condenser. This will condense flux and make it usable. And then the flux condenser lattice, I don't know because I never finished reading. This is brief because I can only do 10 minutes a clip, and I don't want to basically put 100 videos of this, 10 minutes. That'd be over an hour. Then you have plants. Many unique plants that are useful to a thaumaturge. I should study those, I find. Basically, there are many different kinds of plants that are only in this mod pack. Then ores, addendum 1, V crystals, talks about V crystals, shows the 6 different normal kinds you can find. There you go. And then you have the crystal farming. I found a way to reinvigorate V crystals in such a way I can replant them. I'm hoping this means I can grow my own steady supply of primal V crystals. Basically, air crystal, seeds, Salus Mundus, in a arcane infusion. It uses 5 vinculum, 10 air, and 10 vitreous. The instability is negligible. So it's not so high that items will just pop off. This is where I'm going to have to stop because, again, my recording software does not like me going over 10 minutes.